What's going on, folks? It's your main man, Mr. Council, back with another one, Saturday Motivation. You know how we do. Chill Saturday, because Saturday's the day that's uniquely your own. Most people working 9 to 5. So by the time they get to Saturday, they feel it's necessary to take their foot off the gas. Most artists, creatives, and business minds know that Saturday's the day to put your foot on the gas and handle your business. What's good, people? It's another Saturday. It's gloomy out here. The weather's bad. I'm popping on here a little early today because I have my first game today. You guys know last year I was talking about my basketball games. I'm a coach. And my first girls game is today. My boys begin their season next week, and I'm excited for another one. This is really the busiest time of year for me because not only do I have school, but then I have to coach and I have to drive, and I'm still making my music. So if your schedule isn't jam-packed with something positive, you might want to begin to make some changes, because once I began to do that, you know, my life began to change for the better. A lot of idle time isn't a good place to live in, to be honest. But either way, let's jump right into it. I've been struggling with this week's topic. God always puts something on my mind at the beginning of the week, and then I normally start to begin formulating what I want to talk about. But with this, I'm still lost, and so I'm just going to let God lead me as I speak. But I want to touch on the gift of vision. I don't think we focus on that enough. And I'm not talking about just natural human sight. I'm talking almost like a third eye vision. But what people don't understand is vision is one of the most important senses that you have. And when I say vision, this vision I'm speaking about, it's almost like a sixth sense. What people don't understand is you have to have a vision for your life. But before you have a vision for your life, you have to have something to work towards. You have to understand that God has given you a gift, but it is your job first initially to discover what that gift is, and then to begin to work on that gift and master that gift so God can use that gift in another form. But what we have to understand is that when you have vision, you can imagine yourself and the possibilities of you. See, most people don't understand the possibilities of themselves because they're so busy looking at the greatness of others, they forget about the greatness within. God has put greatness within all of us, and there might be different levels of greatness. Some people might get more gifts than others, but it does not matter because God is planning to use us all. It's just whether you want to be used or not, and God can't use you if you don't tap into your vision. See, most of us, this society is turning into a society that if you're not being entertained, you're just bored. And once you're bored, all people do is try to find something to do that is going to entertain them. Excuse me. They don't ever sit down and tap into the greatness of who they are and try to dig it out and envision where that greatness can take you. Now, just because you have a vision of where God wants to take you doesn't mean that that's where God is going to take you. But what it does is it broadens your perspective on yourself and the possibilities of you. People don't understand how great the possibility of their greatness is because they're afraid of it. Most people are afraid to fail. Most people are scared that if they fall on their face, it's going to be so embarrassing they're going to have to run and hide from the world. But that's not what it is at all. You have to be fearless. You can't be scared to make mistakes. I've been on the stage before and have hit some horrible notes, have forgotten words, but I'm comfortable in who I am. So I know that all I have to do is get back up and get on that horse again if I ever make a mistake. And if I have made a mistake in the past, it's normally because I wasn't fully prepared for the situation. See, it's like almost time when we mess up, a lot of times we want to blame the world instead of taking an introspective look at why we made that mistake. See, if you are over prepared for a situation, 99 times out of 100, you're not going to mess up. If you're fully prepared for something, it normally is going to go the way it should go, even if it doesn't go exactly the way you want it to. You're not going to be embarrassed by something. But what people have to understand is they have to cut down that time of entertainment and focus on that time of vision for your own life. Because you have no idea where God can take you, but it starts in your vision. Now, some people, it's different levels to vision. Some people can see into the future. Some people can even tap into the past, but that has to be a gift that God has given you. But all of us have a vision of the possibility of our future. And that possibility is there to give you encouragement to keep going, to help you understand where this could possibly take you. And everybody can see that if you take the time to tap into it. But if you spend all of your time being entertained, your vision is going to be clouded. You're not going to be able to see. See, this type of vision isn't just like opening your eyes and seeing what's in front of you. This isn't as easy as touching something hot and getting burned and feeling an instant sensation. This vision isn't something like that. This sixth sense is something that you have to tap into. And in order to tap into it, you have to tap into your greatness. When I say your greatness, I mean your gift. And once you start to envision the possibilities of your future, that's when God begins to lead you, because he understands that you are serious about what you're doing. God isn't going to put you in a position if you're not serious about the gift that he's given you. And most people take their gift for granted. I did as a young person. I ignored my gift. I threw it away. I tossed it to the side, and ultimately I lost it. And I had to work tirelessly to get it back. And that's why now it's on another level, because I worked to put it there. See, people always want to make excuses. And people will give up quicker because of those excuses. But once you take accountability for what you've done, and you take a serious look inside you, and you begin to work, God will begin to work with you. But God isn't going to work for you. He is going to work with you. And in working with you, he is going to lead you once you have shown him that you're all in. And it takes some time to get there. And I'm not saying any of this is easy, because it is not. It doesn't even take, see, I hate when people say it just takes the effort of a mustard seed. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It takes a great amount of effort. It takes getting up early in the morning. It takes practicing every day. It might take working on it alongside your 9 to 5. It takes an immense amount of effort for you to get the things in life that you want to get. But look at what you're asking for. Most people are asking or expecting great things with minimal effort. That's how most people live. They expect great things because they see that's what other people get, ignoring the fact that those people probably worked tirelessly for it. They think that that person was just gifted something, when you have no idea how hard that person worked for what they got. Just like somebody you went to school with always getting A's, and you think they're just gifted, but you don't understand that they study every night for 3 hours. They read extra books beside the textbook that's connected to the subject so they can have a deeper understanding. That's why they can dialogue with the professor in a way that you can't. But you ignore all of those things and make it seem as if, oh, this person was just gifted, and you ignore their hard work because you didn't see it. See, most people can't believe things that they don't see. And that's another level of vision. But no, most people want to live in the land of excuses. And that's why I teach my students that quote every year. I just got a letter from one of my old students that brought me to tears. And it helped put everything into perspective as to why I do what I do. I don't have a lot of money. I don't have a lot of fame. But what I do have is the respect from the people that have worked with me. They understand that I'm not a regular guy. They understand that I'm putting myself in a position to be great, and I want to model that to the people around me. And nobody can see that more clearly than my students. And when this young man told me the success of his journey, and he gave me credit for helping him, it just brought me to tears like I haven't cried in years. I've been going through a lot this year with my job and my life. And so when things like that come along, it puts everything into perspective of why you're doing what you're doing. And just the power of this young man's words to me lifted me up. And it let me understand that everything that God is doing through me is exactly how he wanted it to be. So I don't worry about being jealous of other people. I don't worry about where somebody else is in their journey because I'm totally immersed in mine. I show appreciation because I get inspiration from other people's journey, but I don't send them hatred. Other people inspire me to be great, and that's exactly what I want to do for other people. But it all starts with vision. If you can't see the possibility of your future, you can't step into it. How are you going to step into something that you can't see, that you can't just imagine? But that's why God puts that in us, because he wants to show us the possibility of what we could have if we're willing to work for it. But are you willing to work for your greatness, or do you just want it to be handed to you? That's a question for you to answer. But most people know the answer already. They just don't want to accept it. So if I can motivate you today, begin to tap into your vision for your own success. And that destination may not be where you end up, but it will be the driving force to get you there. And then you have to release that over to God, because he is trying to use you. And that's why I don't worry about money, because if God has that in my future, then it will come. But I've fallen so in love with the journey that doesn't even matter anymore, because it will just come when the time is ready. But it's making me so much better on the inside with what he's doing with me and the impact that he's allowing me to see. Because I knew I was making an impact on people just by the work that I was putting in, but I didn't have a chance to see the results of it. And now I can see the results of it. My results as a coach. One of the first kids that I ever coached in high school basketball now is a high school coach and is coaching kids that I used to coach. That's legacy. That's building something. And now they're going to go on and inspire others to do the same things. That's more powerful than money could ever be. I don't have children of my own, so knowing that I'm making an impact in other children's lives is monumental to me. It means more than $1 ever could. And that's because I'm connected to my gift now in a way that I never was before. So if you really want to work towards something, you have to see it. But in order to be able to see it, you have to work for it. So once you establish what your gift is and you begin to work tirelessly, begin to imagine what you can do with that gift. And then God will take care of the rest, because he will see that you are doing your part. You are perfecting your craft. You're taking it to another level. So now he has to pull you off the bench. The coach doesn't put you on the bench because he don't like you. The coach has you on the bench because you're not ready to get in the game. Now, if you go home and you practice your dribbling and you practice your shooting and you practice your passing and you understand the level of teamwork that's required for the game, then coach is going to put you in because you can help. But if you can't help the team, then you have to sit on the bench. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? You're on the bench right now because you need to be on the bench because you ain't putting no work in. And there's other players that have been working harder than you. But that doesn't mean it's over. As long as you have breath in your body, you have time left to get in the game. So why are you riding the pine? What are you waiting for? Oh, you just want to go out tonight. Yeah, you wanted to get to Friday so you can go to the club or go to the bar. That's what it was. That's what it was. What else could it be? Some people should have outgrown certain things by now, but because they're so immersed in that, that is their future, because that's all they see. What you see and what you surround yourself with becomes your future. So if you surround yourself with negativity and mediocrity, that's what you become. If you surround yourself with greatness, that's what you become. So who are you surrounding yourself with? Better yet, why are you here? That's a question for you to answer. But that's my time. Peace to all my people in the struggle.
Saw you on the way, cruising just the other day. Girl, I have to say, beauty is your other name. Driving me insane, so I gotta know her name. Saw that face, fell in love without a conversation. So I'm pulling up, some may call it pushing up. Either way I want, you is really what I want. Tell me what you want, I'll be everything you want. Turn me up and you won't regret this conversation. Be my baby girl, would you be my baby girl? Travel all the world, nothing like you, girl. Come inside my world, cause you make me better, girl. Be my baby girl, would you be my baby girl? Be my baby girl, would you be my baby girl? Travel all the world, nothing like you, girl. Come inside my world, cause you make me better, girl. Be my baby girl, would you be my baby girl?
I saw the baby when she skated past the candy store. Lil' mama waited cause she saw just what she looking for. A smooth